Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spirit Realm Network. Welcome to Beyond the Veil. Welcome to my messy hair day, but we're all happy to be here together, right? So I'm Natalie Lucia, and thank you for joining me here tonight. I always have to move around once it gets started. I'm so happy to have you guys here on Sunday, March 28th. Hello, everyone. I see you coming in. As everybody's coming in, please do me a favor and make sure to like, share, tag, all that fun stuff, because you know how I work. The more we have, the merrier we are. So it's really important just to call everybody in to join us. If you are new here, of course, let me know that you're new. There's a few little things that I like to share with you guys in the beginning before we get started. But first, I want to say hello to everyone. I'm seeing so many people here that you guys are so supportive all the time. I'm absolutely seeing it. I love it. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to see you guys here again. And I'm excited to see the new people that are here. So I want to bring you guys in also. Hey, Jackie, what's up? So I want to bring you guys in also just to make sure. There's a couple of things that I'm going to let you know how I work. Hey, Erica. So how I work is I connect with the spirit world and I bring in parts of evidence that you may or may not understand. What I ask from you guys is to please listen to the evidence that I am giving. I do not go direct, so I'm not going to go into the comments and say, hey, Magic's over here. Hey, Magic, do you understand that there's a blah, 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 blah? I don't do it that way. I go to the spirit world. I let them take the lead. I let them being in charge. That's what I do here. So I just want you to understand that I'm not going to go direct to the comments. I do go to the spirit world. I also am very stubborn in the fact that I know that I have a mother. So please don't change mothers to grandmothers and cousins and friends and brothers and sisters. Don't change who I have, okay? Of course, a mother can also be a grandmother and a sister and a daughter. We know that. But when I'm presented with who they are or what their title is at that moment, it's more than likely because the person who's sitting here understands them or views them in that manner. Okay, so that's why. So I ask you not to do that. Hi, Sheree. So I ask you not to do that. Hi, Rona. Hi, Noel. I can't believe how many of you guys are here. I'm so happy, so happy. So what I do is I connect with the spirit world and I bring forward evidence, and then you guys tell me whether you could understand it or not. What I ask you guys to do is please, if you feel that this is your loved one, claim them. You know, like, hey, this is my person. I think this is my person. The other part of that is, if it's not your loved one, let it go and just listen. You know, or if you think in the beginning it's your loved one and then you realize, ooh, it may not be, that's okay, because we have something that's called parallel readings. So what I mean by that is that as I'm giving you guys the whole spiel and the whole lowdown of how I work and all that fun stuff, your loved ones on the other side are getting together and they're realizing that they have a lot of similarities. And what they're doing is they're saying, okay, there's a bunch of us who have this name and died from this reason and you know, birthdays were in this month. Let's all get together. Let's build that energy. And then what they do is they come through. Now, one person will take the lead, and that will be the person I connect with. But that doesn't mean that your loved one's not standing right beside them saying, I know so-and-so is here. I hope they hear this message as if I'm speaking to them. So just know that that happens. I also know that everybody comes here with their A-list of people that they would love to hear from. Please, 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 please be open to your B-list, your C-list, your Z-list. And the reason why I say that is because you never know who they might bring through. So your loved ones are all there. And even though they may have passed 50 years ago, 60 years ago, they may be bringing through someone with them that passed a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, 10 years ago. We don't know. So I always say, open up your heart, your mind, and your soul to all of your loved ones. Even though I know there's specific ones we want to hear from, just open up to the other ones that are there. I always ask that. Is there anything else I'm missing? So I'm going to share with you guys a little story today. I take classes. I work with mentors. I am consistently learning. I will never stop learning when it comes to spirituality and mediumship. I will never. There's always something new for me to learn, experience, review, relearn, be scared of, all that stuff. So today I was working, and I had a 3-hour workshop, the last one with the teacher I was working with. And I thought it was 2 hours today, and it was 3. So I had to start cooking dinner while I was in class. And while I was cooking dinner, my teacher says, Natalie, do you want to go again? So I had to take my camera off. I had to turn my camera on and say, listen, I don't mind going in again at all. I just want you to know I'm cooking dinner. So I'm going to have to be cooking dinner and reading at the same time. And her response was, sounds great to me. We're going to give it a go. We're going to try it. And as I'm giving this reading and cooking dinner at the same time, which I absolutely hate to do, the mother that came through spoke about her recipes, spoke about being in the kitchen. There was actually literally a connection to the kitchen. And there was other things that came through absolutely in the reading that had nothing to do with the kitchen. But what I found really, really interesting was how there are no coincidences. Why was this mother that I brought through, why was the kitchen so significant and I was in a kitchen? Why did this happen? Because where I was in my environment is what I used as science in my reading to help me connect with their loved ones. And by me using the kitchen, it brought back memories of her childhood and her cooking with her mom and having recipes that were not written down, but still making these recipes that she would make with mom. And all of these details came through. And that's the beauty of the spirit world, is that they take advantage of what's around us to build our awareness. And some of us will call them signs. And that's exactly what it is. It's signs. And we feel like we can't see them or we don't see them, but they're there. And I want everyone to know here tonight that you don't need me in order to connect with your loved ones, that they're always around you. I just have a training that makes it a little bit easier for me to make that connection or to listen or to receive from them and deliver it to you. Signs are always there. So me cooking in the kitchen, being in the kitchen, cooking and reading in a group of, I think there was like 60 people in the group. In the group of like 60 people, I didn't panic. I didn't say, oh my gosh, I'm in a kitchen cooking. This isn't going to work. I surrendered. I had no expectation. So Maggie, she knows I'm on the computer, so she's digging her nails in my wall. So I had no expectations. I surrendered to the spirit world, and that's where these signs came through. That's where they came through. So why am I sharing this with you tonight is because if you're looking for signs, don't look for them. Don't become hypersensitive to what's there and what's around you. Surrender it. Say, this is what I'm looking for, and then just let it happen when it's meant to happen. Because who would have known that with 5 minutes left in class, maybe 10 minutes left in class, that my teacher would say, hey, Magic is really feisty. She feels much better. Do you want to go? Come on now, let's go. And me feeling awkward being in a kitchen, that's being painted, that's a disaster. Who would have known? But you know what? I had to surrender. So what I ask you guys to do tonight as readings occur and as I make connections and all these things happen is surrender. Surrender your expectations, surrender your hopes and your dreams and your desires, and just allow, just be. And also during that surrender, when others are receiving readings and getting information, send them love, give them joy, feel that happiness of what they're receiving, because in that, you will be receiving as well. And that's the really important thing. You may not receive a direct reading, but you'll definitely receive messages and signs and healing and all this other stuff throughout tonight, throughout the next hour. So just know that will happen. That will happen. So, and I hope those of you that are new here enjoy this. I really do. I really hope you do enjoy it, because it's a journey, and I want to take you guys on a journey tonight, and I want to take you on, on a journey where you feel your soul in a different way than you've ever felt before. That's what we need. We need your souls to be opened up. We need your souls to be ignited, and we need you to feel the loved ones that are on the other side. And as I'm sharing all of this with you guys, and as you guys are sharing out from me also, and I do appreciate that. And I love the fact that I get to see everybody's name. So there's no like asking for permission for that. Keep tagging your friends, keep sharing all that fun stuff. But I do want to jump into readings today. And as I do want to connect, and I do thank you, Heather. I do want to connect, and I do want to say that I have a mom here, and I know that she's very patient with me. I feel very drawn to education with her. So I feel she feels like a teacher to me, actually. So I have a mom here that will be talking about being a teacher, loving teaching. I do want to lean towards elementary school education. So I do want to lean towards that because she's showing me younger children. So I want to talk about mom here, being an educator, being elementary education. I do want to also connect to the cancer connection that there would be also. Cancer connection. Oh, Jackie, your mom taught elementary school? I want to talk about the cancer connection here as well. So I do. My students are texting me. It's vacation. My students are texting me. Give me 1 second. I'm talking about teaching. Talking about elementary school. My high schoolers are texting me. That's okay though. We don't have school for a week, and they have to fill in their TikToks with me, like always. Okay. So if you can understand mom in the spirit world, if you could understand mom being a teacher, and I want to lean towards elementary school or being involved in education in elementary school children, and if you understand the cancer connection, please let me know. So again, please let me know. We would have to understand mom in the spirit world. We would have to understand elementary school teacher. We'd have to understand cancer connection here. So please let me know. And I am about 30 seconds behind everybody else's comments, just so you know. It might be a little bit less than 30 seconds, but about 30 seconds. And let me just say this, because I should have said this in the beginning. I'm going to reword myself. I just have to answer. If I don't answer my students, they get into a little panic, okay? Okay. I know I have mom here. I know connected to mom would be elementary school teacher, and there would also be a connection to cancer. I really do feel like mom is an elementary school teacher. I don't want to change that, though. I don't want to change that. I know there's a connection to cancer. I'm not saying mom had cancer, but there's a connection to cancer. Okay. I need that teacher connection, Alan. Emily, thank you for the rose. Hi, Chris. And I'm not going to let her go. I'm not going to let her go. So I'm going to keep going with her. Yeah. Elementary school teacher, mom. Hi, Kimberly. Mom, elementary school teacher. There's a cancer connection. I don't want to change this. I don't want to change this. No, that's a great question, Sheree. And I think that's how you pronounce your name. She asked, could it be one of your students that is texting you? No, the spirit world, and this is really important. This is my stubbornness. My students don't know what I do. That's the first thing. Or I should rephrase that. My students that have not graduated high school yet do not know. Yvette, your mom had cancer and was a teacher? Okay. Give me a second, Yvette. My students don't know what I do. When I go into school, I wear my teacher hat. When they text me, I wear my teacher hat. They have no clue. If you saw how I ran my classroom, you would not think I was the same person, because I'm very, very strict with my students. I tell them to do something, they need to get it done. So they would not expect that from me. I think they would probably fall off their chairs in disbelief if they ever knew that. And the spirit world they're brilliant. The spirit world is just as smart, if not smarter than they are here. So they know that my students are untouchable. They know that. Okay. So my grandmother was a college professor, but we didn't know what she passed from. I have a mom, though. Yvette, your mom, so you can understand your mom being a teacher, and you can understand your mom had cancer. Okay. Oh, but that's okay. So TB, I said, and if you look back in the recording, you'll see that I said elementary school teaching or has something to do with elementary school. And elementary school children. So let me get a little bit more, because mom wants to talk to me about, I know that there's a cancer connection, and I keep using the word connection because I don't know if she's talking about her cancer or if someone else had cancer, but there's a cancer connection as well. I do know that I have a gentleman to mom's side that's with her also. This gentleman would be a contemporary to her. Actually, I think it's her husband. Okay. So Yvette, would you understand dad being in the spirit world as well? Or TB, would you understand dad being in the spirit world as well? So I just want to go over this again. I have mom, I have a connection to elementary school teaching or elementary school. I have a connection to cancer, and dad being in the spirit world as well. Okay. Absolutely, Sue. Absolutely. I absolutely will. Once I'm done with this reading, I'll go into that. TB, your dad's passed. Okay, TB, Yvette, is your dad passed, hon? I want to make sure that I get the right person. That's really important for me. I want to make sure I get the right person. Actually, I have chills right now, which is good. Mom is also showing me as being very catering and very kind. Your dad is passed as well, too. Okay, so let me get a little bit more information, okay? Let me get a little bit more information. Okay, so mom is talking to me about a couple of things. I know that mom would have loved music. Give me a second because I'm trying to hear the music she's playing for me. I want to go into like 70s music. So would you understand 70s music for me? 70s? Mom being connected to the 70s, being connected to the 70s and the music of the 70s. I'm going to ask you guys not to comment unless you could understand every single thing I've just said. Val, so yours would make sense if you could understand everything, hon, if you could understand everything. So again, mom is here. She's showing me a connection to cancer. She's showing me a connection to elementary school and elementary school teaching. I know that dad would be with her in the spirit world. I do not want to change this. Dad would be with her in the spirit world. I just heard, thank you, Yvette. Thank you for the no, hon. I just heard what sounds like the name Carmen. It sounds like Carmen. So there would be a significance to the name Carmen in the family. Oh, it might be, wait 1 second. With sugar. Wait, TB, would you understand also, I'm going to take back the Carmen for a second. Would you understand Karen Carpenter? Your mom liking songs by Karen Carpenter also? Because I was just yelled at when I said Carmen. I was like, that's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. So I know I heard Karen Carpenter as being significant. Someone that she would have listened to. TB, I do feel like I am with you. I do feel like I am with you, and I do feel like I have your mom. And I'm not going to sing. You know the song where they say you probably think the song is about you? You're so vain. I keep hearing that over and over again. Not that you're vain. I'm not saying that, but I keep hearing that over and over again. I feel like your mom would love that song too. I feel like there's a connection to this song. A connection. There's a connection, definitely. I have no idea who Petula Clark is. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you're tagging someone or if that's someone I should know. Carly Simon, like all these songs. Yes, Carly Simon. All these songs are coming into my mind. I feel like mom is bringing this in. Thank you, Carly Simon. So would you understand a connection? Oh, would you understand a connection to this? Because mom keeps saying this to me, but I feel like what mom is saying is that she's living her dreams. I feel like during the 70s, mom was her healthiest. Mom was her outgoing. Mom was herself. She's bringing me back to this time where she was really healthy. Nothing stopped her. And she loved to work and she loved to play and she loved to be with the family. She loved to do everything. That's what she's showing me right now. The joy, the music, the celebration of life that she was able to do. I really have to get better with my music, people. I apologize for that. But I do want to say that mom is stepping forward. She's coming here tonight to bring like the joy of life, to bring the joy of having to having lived, having the life that she had. That's what she's showing me. Like, she lived the life. She loved life. She did so much. And that's what she wants to remember. That's what she wants. Oh, I know downtown. Yes, I know downtown. She's saying downtown. Okay. Well, she's singing to me. She's singing to me, but I'm hearing all these different songs, and all these songs are about inspiration and being a female and being strong and like all these things. And I feel like she's sending you this message, like, play the music, play it loud, be free, be happy. That's what she wants. While she has your dad next to her, and I feel like dad's sitting back in the recliner, kind of waiting for his like TV dinner. And I don't know if mom made TV dinners, but I keep seeing a tray of TV dinner in front of him, and that he's just like enjoying his food and watching his baseball. I feel like he's just doing his thing as mom is like singing at the top of her lungs. So I want to leave you with a lot of love for mom, but knowing that she's here, that she's with you, and that she's full of life, because she's bringing me back to the days where she could do everything, she could conquer anything, and nothing stopped her from succeeding. And that's her message to you. That's what she's saying. So I leave you with that, hun. So I had spoken, Sue wanted me to talk a little bit about the intelligence of the spirit world. And what I mean by the intelligence of the spirit world is that as we are here is as we are in the spirit world. That's the way we are. You're very welcome, hon. So that's the way we are. So what I mean by that is, and the same thing for the animals too. They're very intelligent. We have to stop dumbing down the animals. But our loved ones in the spirit world, they know what they were when they were here. And what I mean by what they were, what their titles were. They know they were a mother. They know they were a teacher. They know they were a daughter. They know who they are. And they share that information. So, and they use their personalities and the way they were so that you can recognize them. So what I also mean by that is, if you have a loved one, I'm going to say loved one on the other side that you constantly was angry with and having issues with, when they come through, they're not going to be all golden light and loving. They're going to come through with that same personality so you could recognize them. And then they may apologize afterwards. But that's where evidence really comes in, because our loved ones on the other side are brilliant. They know how to get your attention. They know how to say, hey, it's me. Pay attention. Pay attention. You need to feel me. They know how to do that. So that's why you'll see, I won't change a mom into a daughter. I won't change a cousin into a friend. I won't do that. If I say mother figure and you have someone in your life who is not your mother, but was like a mother, that's different. That's absolutely different. But they're going to start yelling at me in the spirit world if I turn brothers into sisters or cousins into uncles. I can't do that. That's not right. Because they also know that they died of cancer and they didn't have a heart attack, they had cancer. They know if they were suicidal and that they didn't have, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, like they know what they have. So that's what I mean about them being brilliant, about them knowing, about their intelligence. Does spirit ever give you an easy read, like for you to know who they are here for, so to speak? Yeah. And if you've watched previous stuff, they have to use my references. Let me just say this. They have to use my references. I see things, I hear things, I feel things, I know things. But if they come in and they give me a reference for Polynesian culture, I'm not really educated in Polynesian culture. So when they look through my reference binder, my notebook within my aura and my brain and my life and my soul, they may not find what they need. So they have to find bits and pieces of what they can use to get their messages and their information through. So that's how it happens. That's why language will never interfere with connections or readings. Humans will. I'll interfere. I'll get in my own way. But if your loved one speaks Russian, I speak zero Russian. Doesn't stop them from coming through. Doesn't stop them, because they're going to use my reference, because they're my references. because they're intelligent, because they know what they're doing, and because they know who's here. They know my students are not touchable. They know when I'm wearing my teacher hat and I'm in the classroom, they absolutely respect my boundaries. I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher at that time, and they don't interfere. So you'll see, I'll never be like, oh, my throat, I can't feel anything. They're not going to do that. They're not. I have such a strong relationship and such a strong understanding of the spirit world that we work together. We support one another. That's the thing. And that's what's really important, to love and support one another. They want me to succeed as much as I want to succeed, as much as you guys want me to succeed in a reading. So we're all bits and pieces of it. The same way that if I have someone here that's cynical, and I don't think anybody here is cynical, but if I have somebody here who's cynical and I have your loved one coming through and you're like, nope, it's going to break that link. It's going to break that connection, because they're going to see, oh my God, my loved one doesn't have faith in me, isn't open. I'm using all this energy. I'm going to say to myself, oh my gosh, what's going on here? It doesn't feel right. I'm using all this energy, and the link will be broken because of that. So that's why I always say, you could be skeptical. Please. I am skeptical every single moment of this. I'm like, holy crap, where the hell did that come from? Absolutely. I'm talking about cynical. But to come in and not be sure, like, is there really something that's there? Is she really talking to my loved one, or is she making this up? What's happening? That's absolutely okay. Absolutely. Because the things that we could really be sure are real are when we have the experiences ourselves. And that's the way life should be. It should be how I'm open to anything, but I'll become a believer 100% without a doubt when I experience it myself. So you may ask me certain questions. I might say, I'm not really sure. I might say no today and yes tomorrow. So I think that's really important, but the spirit world is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I keep hearing two names, Mary Kate. I don't know if these two names go together. Like, I want to speak to Mary Kate, or if there's a Mary and a Kate, but I want to bring these two names through. I have the names Mary and I have the name Kate. I do hear this, and I feel like I hear this. One of the names might be for somebody here, and another name might be for somebody on the other side, but don't quote me yet. I just keep hearing these two names, very, very significant and important. So when I get more details from this woman that's stepping forward, I say stepping forward. She's not really stepping forward. She's with me. But when I get more information, I know that I heard clearly Mary and Kate. So I do want to hold on, and it's not Mary Kate Ashley Olsen. It's not the twins. But I do want to talk about Mary, and I want to talk about Kate. This woman that's stepping forward, actually, I feel like I have another mom here. I really do. Megan, Mary is your grandmother. Kate is your sister. But I feel like I have a mom here, Megan. I just saw your thing, and I do feel like I have a mom here. And I feel like mom wants to talk to Mary and Kate. Floating forward, yeah. One of my teachers says, do not say they're stepping forward, because that's just ridiculous. Like, they don't like that. Kitty, you have a connection to Mary Kate. Let me just get a little bit more information. I would also need a connection to a mother in the spirit world, because I know that this feels like mom to me. She's connecting me, Mary and Kate. Megan, your mom is on the other side. My sister is Mary, and I am Catherine. Give me a second. I didn't expect, but I have a mom here. I have a mom. Give me a second. I got to get more information. I'm sorry, guys. I know that mom would be very religious. So she has a connection to religion and prayer, because she's showing me symbols of religion that is very strong. So I know mom would be religious. I have a mom here. Mary Kate is definitely two names that she's giving me. She's showing me a connection to the church, actually. So I want to talk about the church and the connection to the church. So if you would understand mom being on the spirit world, in the spirit world, if you would understand a connection to a Mary and a Kate, and also mom having a strong connection to religion, Sorry, I'm just getting some more. I want to make sure I write things down. So I want to talk about being religious, mom being in the spirit world, a connection to Mary and Kate. I also know that October would be significant. So this would be Actually, I want to say a birthday month. So I know October would be a birthday month. I'm not saying that this is your birthday month or mom's birthday month, but it would be significant within your family. Not your second cousin, not your neighbor's best friend, but in your family, you would have a strong connection to October being significant. So Catherine, you're saying yes. Karen, you're saying yes, Mom. And you guys understand everything. I just want to give everything again. Mary and Kate are two names I'm getting. I have Mom in the spirit world. Mom is definitely religious. October, yes, brother. Okay. October, Kitty, is your birthday month too. Okay. Let me just get a little more then. Sorry about this. This is what they do to me. Okay. I really thought that having names, I would be really good. Actually, Catherine, yes to all. Okay, let me just get a little bit more. I want to talk about pouring myself a glass of wine. So either, I don't even want to say it was tonight. I want to say it was last night. Either tonight or last night, but within the last 2 days, you would have poured yourself a glass of wine. I don't drink this, but I want to say it's a white wine. I don't drink white wine. I like red. So I want to say it's a white wine. So who here had a glass of wine in the last 2 days? Let's see what happens now. Who's running to their kitchen or their luggage cabinet right now to pour themselves a glass of wine? I'm just kidding. But who had a glass of wine in the last 2 days? Kitty, you had wine. Your wine glass blew off the thing. Wendy, give me 1 second with your question. And I will get back to it. Okay, so wait, was it white wine, guys? I need it to be white wine. This is how stubborn I am, though. So see, Karen has red. See, Karen said red, though. So see how I'm stubborn? Because I want to say white wine. So that's where my stubbornness comes in. Catherine says not me. Megan, you say Chardonnay. Thomas, yeah, well, I know it's not Thomas, but Megan, you're laughing at me. Okay. Kathleen, did you have white wine in the last 2 days? Not 2 days in a row, but either tonight or last night, did you have white wine? Megan, yes to 100. No, your mom's not past Megan. This is Mom that's talking. Yeah, we all wish we had wine. Mom would have white. Let me just get one more piece of information. Let me just get one more piece because I know that this wine is significant. I know that Mom is talking about having that glass of wine, but I feel like there's more. I keep seeing brisket. Why do I keep seeing brisket? Tell you the truth, I don't even know what's in brisket. Pinot Grigio. I don't even know what's in brisket. You know what's funny, Karen? Champagne would actually look like a white wine to me, to tell you the truth. That's a good point. I normally wouldn't do that, but you're 100% right with that. Champagne would look like white wine to me. Champagne would look like, let me get a little bit more because I feel like Mom wants to talk about her ring, and I know you would have her ring. She's sharing with me the fact that you would have Mom's ring. I know the ring would have stones in it, but I also know that it would be yellow gold. So I want to talk about the yellow gold ring of Mom's that you have. She was very Irish. I love that. She was very Irish. I love that. So please, Irish corned beef. Is that what brisket is? You guys are going to see how much I don't know. I talk about the spirit world being brilliant. I definitely am not, just so you know. I have a yellow gold ring. Okay. Karen, do you have a yellow gold ring? And with stones, perfect, Kitty. Karen, do you have a yellow gold ring? And then there was somebody else. Kathleen, do you have a yellow gold ring? Oh, thank you, Carrie. I'm so happy. That's wonderful. So, so happy. Kathleen, you have your mom's ring. Jewelry, yes. Karen. Okay. They're really messing with me today. Where is the connection to what sounds like Brian? But I keep hearing a connection to Brian. I keep hearing Brian. I'm trying to get Mom to really solidify this for me so I can get the specific person that I need here. and she's giving me things that we would understand, but I want to talk about Brian. So you have to understand everything else, and then Brian, not just Brian though. Kathleen, yes, it's yellow gold. I want not just Brian. Oh, Karen, your husband's Brian? Yeah, I can't make that up. Karen, is it okay if I read for you? And everybody else who's giving me yeses, please stay here and listen, because remember what I said in the beginning about the parallel readings, like they're together. They're just allowing Brian to be the spokesperson for the group. So please listen to what's being said. So Karen, I just want to share something with Mom, because Mom is really watching over you. And she's talking to me about there's an anniversary coming up of something. It may be of a loss, because I feel like a grief coming through. So I feel like Kathleen, you too. I feel like I'm with Karen, but Kathleen, please listen, hon, okay? I want to talk about a grief, like a memory of a grief that's coming up or just passed, because Mom can see the grief kind of resurfacing a little bit. I'm not saying this is for Mom. Actually, Karen, I feel like this is for a cat. Would an anniversary for the loss of a cat be coming up? Let me just continue with Mom's message, though, as I'm waiting for you to answer for that, because she's talking to me about the grief, or the refreshing grief that's coming. Refreshing, that's not the right word. The upcoming of grief again. I'm losing my words now. And I think Mom is saying, like, I'm here for you. I'm here for you, because she's talking to me about your sadness that's coming through again. She's talking to me about you looking for signs. In the beginning, we talked about signs. She's talking to me about signs. So she's telling me about signs and about healings and about everything that's going on right now. So I want everybody to continue listening that had yeses before this also. But Karen, I want to talk to you for a second, because Mom's saying, I have it. I'm here. I'm here for you, and I'm here for the babies that are on the other side. And I say the babies because I think it's our fur animals that are there. But I think you've also been struggling with just life in general. Just struggling. Like sometimes there's just things like you just don't feel like, I feel like you would say this, like, I just don't have the superpower that I need. I feel like sometimes you feel like you need to be a superhero and you don't. Mom is saying you are perfect exactly the way you are. Be proud of what you've persevered through. Be proud of how far you've come. Be proud of the experience in life that you had and that you're having, and how strong you are. Because Mom wants you to walk away tonight knowing that she is so proud of you, and that she's right by your side every moment of every day. So just know that, Karen, and I leave you with Mom's love. And the rest of you that had like the parallel kind of come through, just take that message also. That kind of thing to come through. So I hope that helps you, hon. I hope that does. I just want to go back up, because somebody asked a question. That was a really good question. Here it is. Okay. Natalie, what is the difference between medium and prophet? What were your signs, and how will one know they have to initiate as a medium or a prophet? Okay, so there's a lot of questions going on here right now. So the difference between a medium and a prophet, a medium is just a person that could just, going to get a little scientific with you guys. So when we're doing physical science, or when we're studying physics, let's say we study, let's say we study sound. Sound needs a medium. A medium can be, let's use light. Let's use light. A medium can be a solid, liquid, gas, or plasma, okay? A medium is that conduit that allows something to happen. Without it, it cannot occur. Okay, without it, it cannot travel. Without it, it cannot go. Same thing with sound. Sound cannot travel without a medium. That's why we have vacuums. A vacuum is empty space. It has nothing. It doesn't have solid, liquid, gas, or a plasma. Same thing with a medium. I'm just a conduit. I am just like a messenger. I am the voice of your loved ones on the other side. Nothing else. A prophet proclaims to be God or be the word of God. That's the difference. I am not a prophet. I am not near being a prophet. I do anger really, really well. And I do funny, dirty jokes really, really well. I am not a word of God. in that manner of prophet. But we are all the word of God. We are all part of what we may call our God. You know, whether your God's different than mine, it doesn't matter. Our God, the divine source, whatever that is, that's the difference. How will you know to initiate as a medium? You'll feel pulled. You'll want to learn. You'll investigate. You'll be curious. What happens after life? Do we just go to dirt and become nothing, or is there more? And you'll want to know about this. You'll want to learn about this. When you're looking for teachers, you'll put it out in the universe and say, I need a teacher that will help me. And then that teacher will come when you are ready. Don't force anything. And you could be spiritual and not be a medium. Okay? You could be spiritual and be a psychic. You know, you could be spiritual and just be a spiritual person. Absolutely. You know, you could pray, you could do all the things, you know, that's absolutely true. And sometimes what we don't realize is the power of prayer is what makes a difference. So when we pray, we give out intentions of wanting something to occur to help others, you know, wanting something to happen to help. So that love and that power that you give out there, that energy is what's shifting and what's helping it to occur. So that's what it is. And let me tell you, there's mediums out there that work from ego. It's not going to go anywhere. They're going to keep working. You know, there's mediums out there that are really truly connected, but will do it for the wrong reason. But there's tons of mediums out there that do it for the right reasons. But I'm not a prophet. There's a big difference with prophet. And I would be very careful of the people who claim to be prophets, because you don't claim to be something if you are that. Your spoken word, your actions, your aura, your beliefs, what you do will proclaim it on its own. That's what it'd be. Mother Teresa, you know, Martin Luther King Jr., you know, Gandhi. These are people that the Dalai Lama that I would consider word of God, people that I would consider prophets in their own way. And then we have somebody like John of God, who people labeled a prophet and put him up on a pedestal. And he was a healer. He could heal people. He would remove tumors from them while they were standing in front of him without any sedation. Yet nobody realized that he was one of the largest child sex trafficking people that was in the entire world, using his own children to do this with. So we have to be very careful with labels that we give people. So I hope that explained. I hope it did. I hope it makes sense. And also, I have to make sure you're very welcome, Wendy. I could only speak through my life experiences. I could only speak through what I know. So I have to say that other people might have other points of views, and their points of views could be absolutely right. Because again, we could only speak through what we know and what we have been exposed to. I went to do a party the other day, and in that party, 6 people got up and walked out once they saw me, and they flew. I mean, it was like they saw the devil themselves. And it was probably because they were raised to believe that mediums were part of the devil. And that's their belief system. There's nothing wrong with that. But they were truly scared when they saw me and heard what I did. And that's their truth. That's their belief. So what I share with you is my truth and my belief. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, very interesting. I try to be very clear with my explanation, but I hope that makes sense. You know, good way to clear a room. Oh my God, that's so true. It's so true, Sue. You know, it's so true. And I was okay with it. It's okay. I honor and respect them. When I left and they were standing outside, I didn't say anything. I just went on my way. You know, I didn't say goodbye. I didn't say that's okay. You know, it's absolutely okay to feel that way, as long as we don't force people to see our way only, you know, because that's not the right thing to do. Who am I to say my way is the right way? My way could be absolutely 100% the wrong way. I might find out afterwards, who knows? But I do know that what I share is through my experiences and coming from a place of love and wanting to help and not to hurt. I don't work through fear. I don't work through fear. I just don't believe in that. And I was raised Catholic. Darnell, how do I learn to believe in signs I'm given? I'm so many times will think if something is going to happen. I don't say anything to anyone. Then when it happens, I say, dang, I should have said something. You don't have to say something. What you do is you write it down. When you feel something is going to happen, write it down. Wow, I have this in a journal. Keep a journal. And it's not for others to know that you're right and you knew this was going to happen. It's for you to know you were right and trust your intuition and trust your instinct and believe in yourself. That's what that is. You know, I have a friend who's probably watching here tonight and she's always freaking right. And it annoys the hell out of me because I'll text her and be like, oh my God, I'm so pissed this just happened. She'll be like, that's really weird. I feel like somebody just told you that was going to happen last week, you know? So it's just a matter of trusting your intuition, writing it down so that it's confirmation for yourself. One thing I will not do, and one thing I will never do. Jackie, how did you know who I was talking about? One thing I will never do is determine death. And somebody had asked me that the other night. They asked me if I could say, can you tell me if I'm going to die? And I said, absolutely not. Because death has so many different reasons. If a medium told me I was going to die a year ago, 1 year ago from now, or a little bit more, a little bit less than a year ago from now, I would have taken it as I'm going to die because that was the beginning of the epidemic that we're going through now. But actually that medium would have been 100% right because my life was changing. So my old life has died. Who I was and where I was and what I was a year ago no longer exists. That person is dead. I have a new life now. I'm living differently now. So that's where we have to be careful with determining death, because are we determining someone transferring and going to the other side? Or are we determining their life ending the way they know it and a new one beginning? Whether it's for a positive reason or a negative reason. So I will never determine death on anyone. Whether it's an animal or a person, I will never do that. Because if you would have told me a year ago I was going to die, I would have thought, like many people I know, I would have gotten COVID and died. And I was absolutely going to, my old life is dead. It is non-existent and I don't miss it. I'm blessed now more than I could have ever imagined. And no, Jackie, I still won't listen. I like the challenge. So that's really something that we have to think about. When you see on tarot cards, the death card, what does that mean? What does that mean? It may not mean the end of life. It means change. It means the end. What if somebody has cancer and they get the death card? Or someone tells you you're going to die and you have cancer. What if it's the death of the cancer and you're going into remission? What if it's that? I would never, ever, ever want to be responsible for telling someone that their life on the physical world is going to end when I've read it improperly. That's just the way I am. That's the way I run and what I do, you know? And Jackie, just so you know, I have a mother just like you. That's the problem. My mom would tell me, oh, you're going out tonight? Yeah. I wouldn't if I were you. What do you mean you wouldn't? I just wouldn't go out if I were you. Well, now I'm not freaking going out. And for a little bit, I thought maybe she was just messing with me because she didn't want me to go out because I'm a little bit on the wild side. But then I realized like something would happen while my friends were out. You know, so that's something that I realized, you know. See, Jane, I got 3 cards pulled for me last week, the Empress, Emperor, and Death card. And what if that's telling you that your old life and your old relationship is changing? That what you were is going to stop and what you are is going to get better. You're going to be the queen with a king in your kingdom. You know? What if it was that? So, Nadine, thank you. Bet you my students don't feel that way. I will, Jackie, I'll remind you. And that's the thing, is that I started off with tarot. I haven't read tarot in years. I started off with tarot, and it's all about interpretation. What are you feeling, and what is connecting with you? That's the difference. What is connecting with you? It's really important. But when we talk about death, we have to really think about, it was the death of my marriage, the end of my marriage. And it's a freaking blessing and a half. It really is. So I think that's a real way of just knowing. So I have a brother here who, as I'm discussing all of this with you, is actually laughing at me, literally. This brother is laughing at me, and he's telling me that if I had this conversation in front of him at a family gathering, they would have made so much fun of me. I want to talk about this brother being at family functions and you guys just being loud, and you would kind of like, if you ever saw the movie The Heat, and I'm going to mess this up, with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy, when they're in her family's dining room and they're all there together and they're yelling at each other and they're loud and they're crazy. But they love each other deep. That's what this family is. That's what this brother is. This brother is sharing with me that his passing, I want to say that it was sudden and unexpected. I don't feel like I was a very young age, but I feel like I was more middle age, but I feel like it was unexpected. So my passing was unexpected. It was linked to my heart, but I also know I was a smoker. So I want to talk about this brother who had a loud, fun, crazy family. They would have made total fun of me. That scene was hysterical, right, Jane? I want to go, are you a knock? Are you a knock? A what? A knock. If you've never seen the movie The Heat, I have to tell you, it's one of the funniest movies ever. But this brother, that's the way he is. Like, he's making me laugh because he's like, we would have torn you apart, Natalie. We would have made fun of you. We would have told you were crazy to think about all this stuff and believe in all this stuff and waste your time with all this woo-woo stuff. And now he's saying to me, wow, but it's real. But it's real. You too, Noelle. You too, honey. But it's real. So this brother is getting really deep with me because he wants to talk to his sister, I want to say, but he wants to talk to his whole family because I know his passing was unexpected. I know that he was, it was heart related. He's pointed to his chest, so I feel like he was a smoker also, but excuse me, but it was heart related. I know that he would have been 40s, 50s, and I usually don't give ages only because they might present themselves at a better age than what they actually were. But I do feel 40s, 50s. No, he's telling me he's a brother. I have to say that. So I have to say he's telling me he is a brother. And he wants to talk to his sister. He's talking about his family just being loud and boisterous and just fun. He keeps on showing me like his laughter, just the way he was. It's his personality that really gets me. It's his personality that, like, I know that I would have fun with him because as he would be making fun of me at a family function, I know that would be coming from a place of love, of like, I love you, but I just don't agree with you. And we have to have fun with this. Like, that's the way I'm really feeling with him. I keep on hearing the name James. I'm not saying that James is his name, but I do hear a connection with the name James is significant as well. So I want to talk about that also. It's getting very windy here. And I just don't want to lose any power or anything. Not power, but like internet connection. So I want to get this guy through. But I want to connect with the name James as well. I know that this would be significant also. But I don't know if he smoked. Okay, let me get a little bit more. Sharon and Jackie, I see what you're saying. Kitty, you say you identify. Do you identify with 100% or are there no's in there? Because I don't want to have any no's. I need the connection to the James too. Sharon, do you have the connection to the James, understanding James? And also the connection to the name Anne. It could be a middle name, but I am hearing the name Anne as significant as well. Mm-hmm. That was cute. I like, Christine, the way you say it, but obviously he was my dad. I love the way you say that. Loud, fun family. Let me just get a little bit more. I know that dad would have worked with his hands. My hands are rough. James is your husband. I need Anne too. I need an Anne in there somewhere. I know my hands are rough, so I know dad would have worked with his hands. I keep on seeing, like, I don't know if it's mechanics or if it's a connection to like machines, because I feel oil or grease in my hands also. Everything, not the James. I want to connect with the James, because the James and Anne came through too. And Anne also. So I don't want to forget about Anne, because that came through too. Anne could be a middle name, and it could be absolutely for someone living, obviously. It doesn't have to, and it could be for somebody dead, but I know that Anne is coming through as well. He keeps showing me, this brother keeps showing me, he's a jeans and t-shirt kind of guy. I don't like to get dressed up or anything. I like to hang out. I like to be calm, around everybody, like kind of like, I don't want to like have to get dressed up. I'm not a dressed up kind of person. I don't know if he had a friend called James. My mom's friend is called Anne. My brother was a mechanic. Sharon, I might be with you. Oh, wait, Ryan, my grandfather's James, my mom and sister. Yeah, but this grandfather, I have a brother here, honey. I have a brother. Chelsea, do you understand everything else, Chelsea? Jennifer, Kitty, you're saying except James. Okay. Oh, your friend's brother just died at work. His name is Anne. Her name is Anne. Okay. Ryan, it would have to be your brother. It would have to be your brother, not his brother, your brother, because he's a brother. Okay. Let me take a look. I want to get this through. I'm going to give another piece of evidence. I know that there would be a connection to a truck. So I feel like James either drove a truck or you're driving a truck, but I know there's a connection to a truck. I also know that there would be a connection also at one point to a red truck. So I want to say that also. I know that there would have been a connection at some point to a red truck. I also know that, gosh, his sense of humor would be like, Natalie, if you're going to do this, I'm going to make you struggle. Just because it's fun, just because I didn't believe, and I can't believe how many things I could get through to you, and just kind of messing with things. I know that fishing would have been significant also, because I keep seeing fishing as well for this brother. So I know that fishing would have been significant also. Chelsea is your niece. Okay. I know that fishing would have been significant also. I know I said James, but I actually heard Michael James. Your brother went fishing with your dad. Yeah, Ryan, only because the reason why, and everybody who watches me knows, is because I have a brother here. I don't have a grandfather. I have a brother. So it has to be to you, your brother. That's why. Sharon, your brother went fishing with your dad. Okay. So let me just give this message, because I want to get this message through and I want to share this, because I feel like what this brother wants to say. And I got to say this. I said this earlier in the reading. I want to talk to my sister. I just remember that he just reminded me of that. I want to talk to my sister. So my brother wants to leave the message to his sister saying, I can't believe this stuff is real. That's what he's saying to me. I can't believe this stuff is real. And I feel like it's so funny. Ryan, remember the parallel reading, honey. So don't ignore what I'm saying, okay? Because you're saying your middle name is Michael. I want you to know, just listen to the parallel reading, okay? But I feel like this brother is like making complete fun. And now he's going, holy crap, this stuff is real. So that's really what his message is that he's so excited to be able to come through and say, this stuff is real. Now I know. I'm going to visit you in your dreams. So remember, I said that. I'm going to visit you in your dreams. Because that's when you're going to go to sleep. And that's when you're going to go, oh my gosh, oh my God, I can't believe it. That was my brother. That's how you will know. Okay. So I am going to say goodnight to you guys. I'm going to say this is wonderful. I'm going to prime my kitchen cabinets now for painting, because I'm avoiding doing the work I have to do. But I want to say goodnight to you guys. I will see you Tuesday night. and have a great Sunday. And it was so lovely working with all of you guys. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and wherever else I am. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Take care, everyone.